Good morning, guys. So today we're going to conduct a traverse surveying, and we have 3 points, different than the ones that you saw in the previous lectures. So what we're going to do with this in this survey is that we're going to use the theodolite. The theodolite is used to measure vertical and horizontal angles, and for this particular survey, we are going to only measure the horizontal angles between that point on the left, as you see, and this point on the right. And this is our 3rd point we set. And so the task is to get the interior angles of this triangle. But we're going to show on the measurement for this particular point, because it's going to be the repetition for the following 2. So once you understand the concept and how we do it, you will be able to repeat the same procedure for the remaining 2 points. And then we are going to measure the horizontal distances between the points in the same exact way as you did with horizontal measurement and in the leveling lab. And that's going to be it. And then you'll just calculate, you're going to compute the parameters that are given in the lab handout. So let's get started with the setting. So just as in the leveling lab, we set the tripod and you roughly level the tripod legs, and then just place a theodolite. So this is a theodolite. So the setting for the traverse lab is a little bit different because there are two levels that we need to take care of. So one of them is the tripod lag. So this, you can call it like vertical level. We need to level this particular part. And the other one is this one. So we need to also level the horizontal move. So what is different in this is basically we are going to level this using the tripod legs, and we are going to level this using the theodolite screws. So it's a bit painful because in a real life application you will have a particular point that you cannot change. So you need to have this theodolite set up exactly on it and precisely. So it's a little bit an iterative process that I'm going to try to reflect it here. So let me start doing that. Okay, this is leveled right now. I mean, it's easy that I do this, but imagine that there's a point over here that you need to set this on, and you can look through this optic over here and see where you're at on in reference to the point. So if the crosshair that you see looking through this optic is not exactly on the point, you will have to redo the leveling basically, and make sure that you are centered in reference to your point 2. But for this course, for the practice, we will just assume that it's right on the point and we are level. And then what you do is you basically level this horizontal move. So to do that, what I do is I take the screen in parallel to these 2 screws over here, and then just as in the leveling lab, simultaneously bring this bubble in between these 2 bold lines over there, and I will repeat doing this at every 90-degree angles. So what I'm doing is basically that's what I do. I take it 90-degree, and then I will change my position and then level it here using 2 screws simultaneously. Right. I'll take another 90-degree roughly and then repeat it. And then I'll take another 90. I'll repeat it. By now, I mean, it's already almost level itself because we did a good job in the previous two action. So since it's very sensitive, I'm just touching it, and I'm going back to the to my initial place, and just to see if it's still level. So I see it's still level, but I will just a little bit move it towards right. So the bubble was centered at each 90-degree position. So what I'm going to do next is what you do just to make sure. You're going to turn it randomly. So it's a random call. I'm just going to turn it like this, and you can just see that it's level at a random angle as well. So it means that the tidal light is good to measure the interior angles. So just to incorporate uncertainty in the measurement, what we are going to do is basically we are going to measure the interior angle starting from left to right and going back from right to left. But to introduce the tidal light to you,